I want to talk about Lordo Stanley Cup.
Hell yeah.
I want to talk about all the greats in the history of the fucking sport. Obviously, Sidney Crosby.
Yes.
Mary Lemieux.
1 and 2.
Fucking Wayne Gretzky.
Stoner.
Stoner.
Bobby Orr.
Stoner. Bobby Orr. Hey, not maybe Orr. I don't know. I didn't dive back into whenever there was only 4 teams playing, so this might have happened way back then.
Stoner?
But no, not Stoner. I'm talking about you, pal. There has never been a motherfucker quite like the guy that's about to join us. He is on the precipice of maybe winning his 4th straight Lordo.
Damn.
Going back to back to back to back, hopefully. Tomorrow night, it all starts in Colorado against an Avalanche squad that has been heavily favored even since going into the playoffs as winning the Stanley Cup. This man's team has found a way to regain the steam that they've had the last 2 years. Looking to make it a fucking triple, ladies and gentlemen. From the Tampa Bay Lightning, absolute champion, the Big Rig, Patty Maroon.
Yeah!
What's up, dude?
What's up? Glad to be back in the show, boys.
Hey, thank you for making time for us, man. This is a big time deal. You're on the. Hey, you're going for 4 right. Hey, you're going for 4 right now, Patty. Let's go.
Let's go.
Gretz ain't never do that. Sid ain't never do that. Mario ain't never do that. Fucking St. Louis's own, the Big Rig, Patty Maroon head. Let's go, Patty.
Let's go. I still can't believe it. It's crazy to think about that. Not only what our team's been through, but myself the last 4 years, and I guess sit back. I guess when this all is done, and you're just gonna realize how special this was.
Yeah, it's awesome to watch. We're thankful you made time for us to chit-chat during this entire process. You're out in Colorado right now. How are the boys? Any nerves before the Stanley Cup, or is it all playoffs? Everybody's kind of nervous to begin with.
No, I think the boys feel great right now. I feel like we're excited to get going here. Obviously, we're playing a good Colorado team, but I think we're excited. We came up here early to get a good skate in, get ready for the altitude that's going to hit us in game 1 tomorrow. So we got a nice little practice today, but the boys are feeling great. They're anxious to get going. But yeah, we're excited. I think it's a good test for us because, like you said in your little pump up, hype up video, I mean, this is a team that's expected to be here, right? So, now we just got to, find a way to, take them down here.
How do you guys try to keep everything normal? I know, obviously, this is just like a normal week for us, normal series, but it's the Stanley Cup Finals. For you, it does seem to be this is just what you do. But for your other teammates, how do you keep it to where, like, hey, we're just going to do our normal routine like we've done all year?
Yeah, I just, what I guess for you guys, for us, we come in early, we do our things, we skate, we have team meetings at night, and then we have a team dinner. And then we actually all get on the Xbox. We play golf, 2K1, and we have teams, and we just sit there and chirp each other. Try to keep it as loose as possible, So everyone's calm, everyone's ready, everyone's excited. But we just try to. I feel like guys are used to it, and the guys that we trade for, we just try to make them fit right in, so they feel comfortable before they even go on touching the ice. So. We try to make it as loose and as fun as possible, but we're a team that when we put our skates on, we're ready to rock and roll.
Hey, we chatted with you last, I think, during your big break going into the Rangers series. I don't remember. Oh, you're a coffee drinker? Coffee drinker?
Yeah, coffee drinker.
What do you got in there?
I got a little almond milk and a splash of sugar-free vanilla.
Oh, okay. I'm black. My coffee's black.
I used to do black, but now my wife started taking this home to me, so it just tasted good, so I just stuck with it.
Yeah, that's interesting because it definitely has to taste better than whatever this shit is. It's my first day being a coffee guy, Patty. This is my first day. I was talked into it yesterday. I was told I could live forever. This tastes like shit right here.
Oh, it's terrible. Black coffee's terrible.
Yeah, but I'm like fucking super manly, they said. You know what I mean, Patty? I'm like a super manly guy. I think the last time we chatted with you, though, you guys were in the middle of in-between series because you swept the Canes. Was it Canes? No.
The Panthers.
The Panthers. You swept the Panthers. The Rangers were taking on the Canes. It went 7 games or whatever. Did you guys take a couple games to wake up after that, you think, into that series? Because towards the end, you guys looked like the boys that had just won back-to-back Stanley Cups there.
Yeah, I felt like we obviously didn't play our best the first 2 games. Certainly the first game. The first game we we just looked out of place, out of sort, kind of. But we came back in the room, and we just knew we weren't just going to use that as an excuse. A couple days off. We did have practice time, but practice is certainly not, game-like situation. So you're trying to push yourself in practice. You're trying to push the guys, but it's not like in a game where someone else is leaning on you. You have to make a play under pressure. So I feel like we did have a really slow start, but sometimes you need that for a little reality check, and we know how we were supposed to play. We know how this team is really good, and when we play the right way, I mean, we're a very, very good hockey team. So I think we had to come back down to reality for a sec and just, we know what works and we know what doesn't work, and we just try not to use that as an excuse and just try to chip away at this thing, and we try to use one game at a time and one shift at a time. And we did.
Are you just going to become a goal scorer this series? You're just going to put 6 on the board, you think, maybe, just like last one, pal?
Am I going to be goal scoring?
Yeah, you just maybe put 6. What was that? What game was it? Game
Is it game 2?
3? 4?
First goal.
Game 3 or 4?
Game 4 when I scored.
Mm-hmm. How'd that feel? Pretty good, huh?
Yeah, it does feel good. I don't score much, so when I do put the puck in, it's like I'll never know if I'm going to score again.
Well, hey, you need to celebrate. I wish you could do a little bit more. Did you guys see that guy get knocked out at Madison Square Garden?
And that was disgusting. Gutless. Yeah. I mean, I don't know why fucking people do that shit. I think it's the most disgusting thing, especially when you're vulnerable like that. You're walking. I don't care if a fan's chirping you. But if you want to square up, I'm all for it. But if you're going to do something nasty like that, and I hate that shit. I can't stand it. And that's typical, I guess, Rangers fans.
Yeah, what is that? Is that a known place to be a little bit chirpy there?
I thought Long Island was bad. I honestly thought when we were walking around the city and, like, going to dinner, because we're walking with 28 guys going to dinner in New York City, guys are going to recognize us. And they were actually nice, like wishing us luck. Long Island, on the other hand, we played them in Long Island last year. It was brutal. We'd go to dinner. They would be chirping us walking into the restaurant. They'd be waiting outside with us, chirping. Little 14-year-old kids chirping us. It was hilarious.
Yeah, I love that shit. Obviously.
So do I. I like it too. I love it too. But I just don't like the stuff that, what the fans do if another fan is heckling someone. If you're going to square up, let's square up, but don't sucker punch someone.
That was one of the biggest cheap shots in some time. The guy's facing 6 charges, I believe. He's probably on Rikers right now. James Anastasio is his name. Have you guys gotten a hold of the fan that got knocked out down there at the Lightning?
I know as a group, after the game, we saw it. I think it was after Game 5, right? We saw it, and Stammer was like, should we reach out? And we obviously reached out to our PR team, and I think our CEO, Steve Griggs, reached out to him personally, and he just said, all you have to do for me is just go kick the Rangers' ass.
Yeah! And you guys did, by the way.
He didn't even want to come to a game. It was hilarious.
I ain't going out in public again, pal. I'm going to stay away from
I think the text messages of our CEO and him back and forth, I think they went viral a little bit, I think, on social media. Because I think he posted it maybe.
Hey, just listen, kick the fuck out of these boys, all right? Then go get a Stanley Cup, another one. It feels like the city of Tampa's ready to go again. We got a chance to live down there last year, I think, while you guys were in your run. Tampa Hockey City. Then that win in the celebration and everybody coming on. You win the Eastern Conference and it goes on. That city's ready to explode, I bet, huh? Well, you got 2 games in Colorado. Will you stay out there this week and then you'll travel back when you go back to Tampa?
Yeah, so we got here yesterday. We play Game 1 tomorrow, and then we have a 2-day layoff again, and then we play Game 2 on Saturday, and then we fly back on Sunday for Father's Day. So, and then we play every other day from here on out. So then we play Monday, Wednesday in Tampa, fly to Colorado, play in Colorado. So then it's back to the grind. So it's not like basketball where I think they have 2 days off in between games, don't they?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we only have that once. It's only after Game 1, so that's kind of nice. But I feel like playing every day, you feel so much better though. You're more involved. Like it's not a long layoff. You're ready to rock and roll. You're kind of into it. You get your routines down. So I'm kind of happy about that. After Game 2, we get that.
Well, and you can get over whatever bad shit potentially happened in the last game. Like, let's get back out there if anything bad happened. Not saying it would. The boys, after this incredibly long season, and AJ always brings this up, and it is a real thing. It doesn't get chatted about much because normally when that information comes out, another team just buries it with how they play. All the injuries that come out after a season ends that guys have just been playing through. Marshawn's out for like 6 months or something. Mm-hmm. We chatted about that. You guys are 4 games away from the offseason. Is that motivating? Is that hey, boys, let's fucking... let's go ahead and do this. Is that something that's chatted about at all?
No, it's not. We honestly, nothing's really. The only thing that's just chatted about, I guess, for us, it's like it's going to be a long series no matter what. So we're here to win a series. You're not going to win a series in game 1 or 2, right? So I think.
Looking ahead can fuck you a little bit, you're saying.
Yeah, looking ahead a little bit can fuck you. So you just look at it as one game at a time. You just try to, the longer the series goes on, I feel like for both sides, it's the team that does it the longest, right? It's a team that wears on the team. It's a team that plays the right way for 60 minutes for every single game. It's a team that just is willing to block shots, willing to get the puck out when they need to, or willing to get the puck in when they need to. And I think the longer that goes on, it gets exhausting. It does. It really does. And it wears on people. And then, if their D are going back to the puck and we got our big guys coming in, hitting them, I mean, it's just, I feel like it's just a long process when you go through stuff like that. And so, I mean, that's why both teams are kind of in their situation, because they're the 2 teams that done it the longest, right? So you got to find a way to, stick with it. And you're going to have some series where you get a couple bounces here and a big save here, and that's what you need. And you guys know how that is. That's what you need going into the playoffs. You need a big play, or a play that shouldn't have been made that happened, or a tackle that that needed to be had. So I feel like you need that play, and I think the team that does it the longer, I feel like always finds a way to have success in the playoffs.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Do you guys worry about the altitude out there at all in your conditioning?
I was actually walking to get a coffee with Sorelli, and he's like, "You think it's going to be a problem?" I think that's why we came in early today to have a good practice today, a good skate. But I don't know. Did that ever affect you guys? I
think it's overblown.
Not me. Yeah. It helped me, Patty. I bombed the ball.
Yeah,
I didn't have to run much. Ball went real far, though. I'll tell you that.
In Denver, though, playing at Mile High, Pat knows they have a sign like right before you go out, like you were playing at Mile High, 5,200, the whole your altitude, and they want you to freak out before you walk out. And I always said, like, hey, if you didn't tell me we were playing at altitude, I wouldn't have known. Like, so I think people sometimes can use it and mess themselves up mentally.
No, I agree. But I don't know if this was me yesterday, but I was like laying in bed a little bit, and like I just felt like it was like it was racing a little bit. I'm like, okay,
is this
maybe
Air
this is a thing.
Is this Air Center? Am I going to die here? I'm just trying to sleep. When was the last time you guys played out there?
Right, after the Olympic break that we didn't have, we had 5 days off. We played. I think it was 8 days. They were our first game back, and they were already playing. They never had time off. So
how'd it go?
So it's been, I think, since February we haven't played them. So
how'd it go that game?
We lost 3-2, I think.
Okay.
We lost in a shootout maybe, and lost in regulation 3-2. Or we won in the shootout, I don't know.
Do you miss the shootouts in playoffs?
No. Overtime's the best thing.
I agree. It's awesome.
Possible. I mean, obviously when you get in like 3 or 4 overtimes, the guys are just gassed, right? Like they can barely move. It's just like, you just need that one opportunity to capitalize on. But I think it's just great for hockey in itself. I think just overtime itself for any sport is just so good.
It makes soccer. People literally wait 97 minutes just to watch the overtime of soccer. It makes it magical. And I don't want to get too far off topic here, and we just brought up soccer. The MLS just signed a $250 million a year deal with Apple to broadcast all their games on Apple. Hey, the Big Rig needs to keep going. The NHL's money is only going to go like, all sports money are going like this right now, Betty.
You think? I mean, NHL, we got to do, they're doing a better job of marketing this now with, like, we talked about this last time. But yeah, I mean, I think our views have been killing it this year, especially with TNT and their panel and ESPN and their panel and having the boys on. And I think they do a show called The Point. So with Boots Across, and I think PK Subban's been on there. And but yeah, I think the ratings just on TV itself for the games tuned in have been really good. So that's a huge step in the right direction because you guys, more than anything, I think the NFL, you guys don't even need fans in the stand. They can still pay the players' salaries with their TV deals. So.
Yes, the salary cap went actually the salary cap went like this with 0 fans for an entire year. They're like, well, it's not going to grow. It's going to stay the same. Like, it's like, Jesus, no concessions. Jerry Jones makes $77 million every home game. Jerry Jones makes. Think about 70.
Like that's insane. Like, what's a playoff game? I guess for us, we live for the playoffs because I guess our owners probably kill it in the playoffs.
Hey, you know that guy that owns that team has a helipad above the arena and then his own condo up there, and then he walks down to the arena. Is Kroenke going to fly in there and kind of fuck you guys up when he shows up on his helipad in his helicopter walking into his building?
I hate Stan Kroenke. I'm a St. Louis boy.
Oh, yeah.
I can't stand that guy. Honestly, you guys played at the Dome. The Dome's a shitty.
Bad.
It was a bad arena. I'm sure it was terrible for you guys to go in there and play, but the greatest game on turf with Kurt Warner, Marshall Faulk, Orlando Pace. You can go down, just to watch that. I think Mike Jones made that huge tackle against Tennessee. But, to have that taken away from us, it just sucks. I know we had terrible years. Chris Long would always tell me, this. Our teams are terrible, but then he goes away and wins back-to-back Super Bowls. So it's just you go from that environment to that, and you wonder why. But the fans are true passion in St. Louis, and I just can't stand that guy for taking him out of there.
Hey, do it for
St. Louis needs a football team. I don't know how you guys feel about that.
The Battlehawks, dude. The Battlehawks of the XFL sold out the entire bottom bowl of that shitty ass dome. That was the worst. I played in there the last year before the Rams left. Oh my God. That thing was, I think it was maybe made in 1960. 0 updates. The turf was actually pulling up in the corners as you're going in. It's like, this is the highest level. That's what, this is the highest level was happening. But Kroenke.
You can't be telling me that. It's that bad then, eh?
Oh, it was fucking terrible. It was very, very, very bad. Now, have you ever gone to Wheelhouse in St. Louis?
Oh, yeah. I've been to Wheelhouse plenty of times. That's a good spot, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. It's fucking best, dude. We were over there. We were there for the Royal Rumble or whatever, and we were trying to look for a brunch day of. And outside, you don't know what you're walking into on the outside there. You just see there's a couple outside seats, and then you walk in.
Yeah.
We were just trying to get a brunch fucking going. It was 11:30 a.m. There's a full DJ in there. There was smoke coming out, and great biscuits and gravy. That place was awesome.
It's all Saturday and Sunday, especially during football season. They have Sunday brunch, and it gets packed. Saturday brunch gets packed. And it just leads right into the long night ahead of you.
Good for St. Louis. Hey, go fucking beat Kroenke for the St. Louis fans. Nikki Skates has a question for you, Patty.
Patty, after Game 5, you guys kind of roughed it up a little bit with the Rangers, and Stammer went out there, and he was throwing them too, even, which is, you don't really see that a lot from him. What does that mean to you guys when you see him doing that? And then he goes out and scores too in Game 6 to win the series.
Well,
Jesus,
it's awesome. Especially, I think those were 2, first pick overalls going at it too, Lafreniere and Stammer. So it's pretty cool to see that. But just see what Stammer's been doing just alone in the playoffs. He's been blocking shots, taking big time face-offs when we need them. Taking a big time face-off on the PK. Obviously scored 2 huge goals, but to see that fight was awesome. Especially, the problem is that was all of our skilled guys, Cooch, Stammer. They're all mixing it up. Fighting. And for players like myself that do it and see all the urgency, it's unbelievable. That just goes to show you what kind of leader he is, and we don't back down from anything.
You got any rabbit punches in this series coming? Is that Stammer right there saying, "Hey, don't be talking about my fighting right there"?
Yeah, he is. No, yeah. What'd you say? Sir?
You got any rabbit punches coming this series? You think, or what? Is Stanley Cup Finals not the time or place?
The Stanley Cup is a time and place. It depends. You got to it depends who's trying to muck it up with you. I don't know if they have any tough guys or not, or what the deal is over there. But they're a skilled, fast team. So for me, I just got to go around, bang some bodies, and lean on the puck a little bit and kind of wear them down.
Last question for you. We can't thank you enough for joining us. Know you're in the middle of a lot of shit. Go ahead, Ty.
Patty, when you're kind of like a LeBron run back where he would go, he'd play in the finals every single year. You've played more games and more minutes than a lot of guys. Like how
everybody, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like in your teammates as well. Like when do you understand physically like how exhausted you are? Like is that something you'd worry about at all, or is that kind of all hit you after the finals are over?
Yeah, I mean, there's obviously times. I don't know if you guys have any kids, but there's some times when you come home from the road trip and you get thrown in the fire with your daughter and you're mentally kind of physically exhausted. And but you're sitting around and I guess for me it's not the time to bitch and say you're tired, because it's a time to, turn the page and go win a series or go win a Stanley Cup. For me, it's just you got to turn that mindset off. And I think these last few runs, yes, it's hit me in the summer where I've mentally just woke up one day and I'm just like dead exhausted. But I've tried for me during this whole time is just try to shut it off. And then when it comes back, you just try to tell yourself, hey, you're fine. You're not tired. You're not tired. And you try to go back in the zone a little. And you try to go back in the zone. And then why I'm trying to bring up my daughter is because she's a firecracker. She's 7 months. And she's hard to deal with, and it's mentally exhausting sometimes, but I don't want to show her that her dad's tired, so I try to pick her up and make sure I try to keep going here.
You're not tired, you're not tired. This is fun. All right.
This is great. But at the end of the day, as athletes, you guys can adjust for it. I mean, there's times where you wake up or before the game, you're like, fuck, we have a game today? Like, oh, shit, I'm fucking tired. But I guess in the playoffs, regular season, you can get away with it. Playoffs, I just feel like when you're trying to win a Stanley Cup or win a Lombardi Trophy, and you're just trying to figure out how you're going to do it, and I think your mindset needs to be there the whole time. Because if once you say yourself you're tired, you're already defeated, and you're already helping that team win.
And nobody cares, by the way, either that you're tired. Nobody gives a fuck. Not a single person.
No one cares. I think that's what's good about our team. We've been through this grind. We've been through the mentality of it the last, 2 years. We know what it takes. We know how hard it is mentally. We know how hard it is physically. And like I said earlier, it's just how long and harder can you do it? Can you outpace the other team? Can you out-mentally focus on the other team and lean on them a little more? I feel like we've learned that over the years, especially for me. I've learned that, once you can turn your mind off and don't show weakness, I think you'll have success.
What's that? What's the immediate celebration like? We see a lot of it when you guys get to parade the cup around and do different things, but that immediate celebration with your guys back, like underneath the arena, what's that like?
It gets weird.
You guys are a very tight group.
Yeah, we are a tight group. We, the first year obviously was COVID, so we were in the bubble celebrating by ourselves. So I thought that was a cool moment. There was no family around, just coaches, just players. You look around, this is what it feels like, right? And I guess last year, we wanted home ice. We had family, friends. Everyone's partying in the locker room, doing their thing. Parents are drinking out of the cup. We're all having a blast. I think there's a DJ playing in the back, but I think the ultimate, you guys will get a kick out of this because this is hilarious to me. We all go shower together and party with the Stanley Cup and drink beers butt naked. But
yeah, a little shower beer. Now we're talking. A little shower beer. People drinking out of Lordo in the shower, beers out of there, being tossed around. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So that's
drop the cup.
That's a tradition we have as a team. When we win, the boys have to go in the shower, and we get the ole going. We're all partying. We're all drinking beers, and it's just we're a tight knit group. Like we got some characters on this team. Like I said, we got some funny human beings on this team, and we just try to keep it as light as possible and as fun as possible. But yeah, that's one ritual we have. I don't know if it's probably
You gonna
an
add
odd
the
one.
parents in this year?
What's that?
You gonna add the parents
friends.
in this year if you win?
Yeah, my parents will come for games. They'll come down for games 1 and 2.
The post-game beers.
He's talking
Well,
about the
beers.
nude dudes. He's talking about the nude dudes in the shower time.
Everybody's parents. All of a sudden, hey, here we go, 3 in a row. Everyone's in here.
Who's wearing a shirt in the shower? Oh, that's Stanley's brother.
Stanley's brother.
All right, okay, this is going.
No, the parents. No one's getting the. We closed the door.
Oh, okay. What about the guy that has to watch the cup?
He's not in there.
Oh, okay. He. By the way,
Well, I
get in there.
he was going to sit right here, Pat. This guy was going to sit right here and stare at me in the cup whenever it was in the studio. We're like, you can go. He's like, well, I can't be too far
Need to
away.
be in a direct line with the cup.
I don't know if you're going to steal this thing out the fucking backside or whatever. I didn't know if that's how it actually is. Or
No, that is. I guess for us, as they know we've been with it, so they just kind of leave it alone. They don't really follow us. Like if we're doing an after party at a bar, like we did last year, they just sit in the corner. They don't really say much. It has a curfew at midnight.
It has a curfew. I didn't know Lordo had a curfew. I had no idea.
Yeah, it has a curfew at midnight. So like, each player gets a day with their cup when you win the Stanley Cup. I don't know if it's. I think it's the only trophy that gets passed around.
Yes.
In all sports. So he'll, like you said, he'll sit there, especially when it's your day of the cup and there's family and friends and it's getting a little rowdy, it's getting drunk, people are getting drunk. He's like watching this thing like a hawk if I don't have it. So I feel everyone feels your pain because once someone touches it and tries to pick it up, it's hell loose. They're running over there. You're not supposed to do it. You didn't win the trophy. So, yeah. So it gets, there you go.
Huh? Bunch of nude
There you
dudes
go.
in the shower. Hey. Yeah. We got dongs and cups. We got dongs and cups. Pass me a beer. Let me feel Lordo up. Let's go, dude. Get another shower naked with a Stanley Cup, dude. Go get it. Enjoy yourself. Thank you for the time. Can't wait to hear, hopefully, from you again.
All right. I hope so too. Enjoy it. Thanks for having me on again, boys. I really appreciate it.
Hey, an American going for 4 straight Stanley Cups. Let's fucking go, Big Rig.
Yeah, let's fucking go is right. Here we go.
All right, Patty
Starts
Maroon.
tomorrow,
Starts tomorrow. What time?
6 o'clock,
Is that Mountain
8
time?
o'clock Eastern.
Okay, 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock in America time. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Patty Maroon, thank you. Hey, I love that guy.
Yeah,
He's awesome.
weapon.
I absolutely love. Now he's going directly against your brother-in-law. I think we should have told him that before. You know, you asked your questions. Might have responded a little bit differently.
Yeah.